brings me great pleasure to officially inaugurate the National Council on Privatization.
The mandate is one of commercialization, privatization, optimizing government investment.
When the BPE activates the process of privatization and commercialization, reforms happen. And the result is clear: productivity and efficiency. This is Sunti Golden Sugar, now optimized. Welcome to OTNA, your window to information on optimization. In the heart of Nigeria's rich agricultural landscape, where the fertile earth meets the warmth of the sun, lies a story of transformation and optimization by the Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE. This is a story of hope, a story of transformation, a story that prosperity is possible in this nation. And it will, of course, lead to sustainability and innovation. Hello there, welcome. This is OTNA. My name is Tokbe Ojime. Here is another edition of OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets. Today on the program, we'll be taking you on a tour. We went to Sunti Golden Sugar in Niger State, Nigeria, and we'll be showing you what has been done, the turnaround of the mode of operations, upgrades, and lots more. It's a tour you want to be part of. Let's go and see what optimization can achieve.
We are farming about 3,500 hectares of cane. The way the operation works is, since it's a big farm and it is quite intense, the farm is divided into divisions. So we have the farm is divided into areas, and each area will have its area overseer. Under the area overseer there will be supervisors, there will be team leaders, and then there will be the workers. So currently on the farm we have about 600 seasonal workers. We are basically more than halfway into the season. Harvesting time at the farm normally starts at December to end of March. So basically at the moment we are doing maintenance on the farm as far as fertilizer applications, pesticides, herbicides applications, basically maintenance that happen. We're also into preparation for flood at the moment. The Niger is quite a big river, having quite a big catchment area, and for that reason we are very much updated of what is going on in the catchment area for precipitation and downflow in the river. And mainly what we are doing at the moment is we are doing dike preparation. And we are doing slashing on the dike, looking for holes, looking for washouts, making sure all these things get fixed in time, before time. For us to continue farming on the inside, we will have farm equipment on the inside, we will have food, we will have all our farm needs as far as fertilizers, chemicals. We have camps in the farm which is centralized located, where the people will get accommodated. They will get fed twice a day. There's a menu worked out for them each day. They get different food, a certain nutritious portion. This is during off season. When it's harvest time, we will have more people on the farm. additional 600 people on top of the maintenance people.
We have developed 300 hectare cane. Right now what we are having cane is 260. Another 50 hectare we are going to plant in November. We are having 300 hectare cane in Sunti 2. That's a nursery by using a small stream which is coming from nearby villages. That stream we are using it. Beyond that we cannot extend the area. We are going to bring the water from Sunti 1, that is from Niger River, to develop this Sunti 2 and Sunti 3 area. That is our main. When we have started crushing in 2016 and 2017, that year we started with 20,000 tons of sugarcane, and we produced 2,000 tons of sugar. Last year we have developed slowly, and last year we have crushed 172,000 of sugarcane, and we achieved 17,700 tons of sugar. Now next year we are going for aiming 20,000 tons of sugar, 200,000 tons of sugarcane. That is our target, and we are developing the upland. Regarding the manpower, we are having 1,000 workers for crop maintenance and irrigations. The irrigations type, we are having 4 types of irrigations. We are having a furrow irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, pivot irrigation, and drip irrigations. Drip irrigation system is the one we are introducing recently.
And I would like to welcome you to the Sunti factory. We are going to take a walk around, and we will go along the process line. So we will start where the sugarcane comes in, and we will walk through until we see where the sugar goes out. And this machine is a high-low, and you can see a set of hooks over there. And what it does is the side of the trailer is loose, so it hooks onto the one side of the trailer, it picks the whole thing up and turns it over, and everything spills over the concrete wall to land inside the cane yard. Now, we are not in production at the moment because we are a seasonal business. All right, so this cane yard here, when it is full of cane, will take about 700 tons of sugarcane, and this grab here will come in and grab it, pick it up, carry it, and drop it into a main cane carrier, which will take it into the factory. All right, this part of the machinery is a leveling drum, which is kicking the top of the cane off so that we will get a compacted level of cane coming into the machine. The next machine over there is a chopper, and what it does is it takes the sugarcane stick, and with this one, the next one, and the fiberizer, it pulverizes it into, it goes from a sugarcane stick into sort of cotton wool kind of appearance. And the reason for that is that when we squeeze the juice out of it, we have to have all of the little fibers to be cracked so that the juice can come out, because the fiber inside the sugarcane is like a bamboo with a node and a tube and a node and a tube. So if you squeeze it, it's not going to come out until that tube is cracked. So that's the purpose of all of this. It is called cane preparation. Okay, so the sugarcane is coming in that conveyor. This is another big machine. It's got a 350 kilowatt motor that again chops it up. It's got a set of knives in it, so it chops it into smaller pieces. And then this has got a set of hammers in it. And while we are here, these are mill rolls. So this weighs about 16 tons. And what we do, we put 3 of them together on a mill like this, and the cane will come in this way. It will squeeze between here and here, which is the top and the feed. And then it will come out here, and it will squeeze it again between there and there. And the juice will come out, and the dry bagasse will move to the next mill. And then we pour some water on it it's like rinsing a t-shirt after you washed it. You know, you take all the soap out, you squeeze it, and then you put it in fresh water and you squeeze it, and the same principle. So what we have here, we have the feed roll and the discharge roll, and you can see the place in the middle there where the top roll will go. And this is where we are squeezing the juice out of the cane. And all of that juice, it just runs down into that stainless steel catchment area, and it goes out into the pumps and it gets pumped back into the process. And then the dry bagasse will go out along that conveyor up there. But unfortunately, as I said, it is maintenance period. Everything is dismantled. You can't actually see it. The best way to understand the sugar process is to have a series of steps where you have one input and two outputs. So in here we have the sugarcane which comes in here. We squeeze the juice out and the juice gets pumped into this part, the process, and the fiber which is left over goes up this conveyor into the boiler section, and we burn it and we make steam out of it, and the steam drives a turbine which gives us all of our electric power, and the exhaust steam from the turbine goes into the process, and we use that for boiling the liquid. For all of the cooking and the heating that goes on in the process, the steam comes out of the exhaust of the turbine. So the bagasse goes up to the top here and it feeds into this thing. This is a boiler, and it will boil 37,000 liters of water an hour. Okay, that's a lot of water. And it won't just boil it at 100 degrees, it will boil it at 500 degrees and 42 bar of pressure. And now we start the cleaning up process over here. This big tank up there is called a clarifier. And we dose the juice with some flocculant, and all of the mud and the ash and the rubbish settles down and it becomes part of the mud. And what is remaining on top is what we call clear juice. Now the clear juice is pure sugar juice. It's got about as much sugar in it as a Coke or a soft drink. All right, and that whole process takes place at 95, 96 degrees centigrade, so it also has a sterilizing effect on any bug or anything like that. It all gets killed off in this place here. One thing about a sugar factory is you don't waste anything. You get sugarcane in, and from there you make your own fuel to run your boiler, to make your electricity. Even the mud which comes out of here has got a lot of minerals and some of the fertilizer that has gone into the sugarcane while it is growing. The electricity that comes out of the generator from the turbine is 11,000 volts. So we have these transformers over there and these transformers over here which bring it down to 415 volts, which is industrial norm that we can use in any factory. All right, so here we get the clear juice coming in. Like I said, it has got about as much sugar as a soft drink. It's about 15%. And this set of vessels here, we just boil and boil and boil to evaporate the water. It comes out there, it is about 66%. After this, the syrup is about 66% sucrose or sugar, dissolved in 34% water. And after this, it starts to get saturated, which means that the amount of water cannot keep the sugar dissolved. All right, so after boiling the sugar up in the pan and making all of these crystals, we now come to the centrifugal station. We have a product called masquite, which is about like mortar that you plaster a house with. It is a sloppy kind of heavy mixture, and it has got the sugar crystals and molasses in it. So this machine is a centrifugal. It is about similar to a spin dry on a washing machine. it spins around and the liquid goes out through the basket and the sugar crystals stay inside. And this will take a ton of sugar at a time, and it will separate it in about 3 minutes. And we've got 3 of them, so we have the capacity to make 1 ton of sugar per minute. All right, so from the silo up there, it comes into this machine which measures out exactly 50 kilograms. And then they hook a bag on the bottom here and it will drop 50 kgs into the bag. It comes through here and they stitch it closed and it goes into the warehouse. Now we have 3 products that we make. The one is industrial sugar or raw sugar, which does not have vitamin A. And the other one has vitamin A, and that is brown sugar. So this is what a stack of sugar looks like. And this is the fortified sugar, the brown sugar. The capacity of this warehouse with all of the stacks, we've got to leave a space next to the wall, we've got to leave a space in between the stacks and this and that. It's about 3,000 tons of sugar. All right, this is a double conveyor belt. It's a stacking conveyor. It's got 2 conveyors with a central thing, so you can take it off the ground level. Let's say you take it from a conveyor over there, someone will put a bag here, it will carry on up here, and then you can lower and raise this side so that you can deliver it to a person who is building the stack at whatever height he wants to have it.
OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets. Wow, I guess you are also as amazed as we were when we saw what we saw. The country Nigeria is so richly blessed. Now, having gone through the tour, the factory, the cane farm, and seeing the rich cultural heritage and what is possible in Nigeria, we now spoke with the General Manager, Sunti Golden Sugar, Mr. Anlo Dupisani, and the Chief Executive Officer and Group Managing Director, GMD, Engineer Omoboyede Olusoya.
Sunti Sugar was actually not located at the site we are today. It was actually located about 15 kilometers away to the north, where we found a factory where people were trying to grow 200 or 300 hectares of cane with a limited water resource. That cane was cut at that time and moved to Bachita, which is about 100 kilometers away. So there was no processing factory at that stage. But all the elements were in place to be able to make a sugar estate out of it. So what the company has done is to identify some more land closer to the Niger River, closer to a water source, that we can actually have a scale sugar factory and sugar estate. So in that we have started developing, from that basis, the foundation that was built by the previous company, we built it further into the estate it is today. For us, it was a smooth transition. I think they've done all the basics, and the biggest thing is to give us an area which have the resources to actually develop it, which was at that stage free of any incumbents or any problems as such. The first challenge is, although now we are close to water, we are exposed to a yearly flood, which can endanger our sugarcane. So the first what we've done is to build a dike, which is about 45 kilometers long, around our development area here. The other milestone is definitely the 2016 start of the factory, 2018 the inauguration of the factory, and that we have increased the production on the factory several 100% over the time. So we have developed the land at this stage to about 3,600 hectares. So we have evolved with the communities where we get to know what the company can do and how the company can support communities around us. What we have done up to now, which I think is a good example for other companies operating in this, is to establish what we call a community compact. The kind of projects that we invest in normally has to do with water supply, clean water supply, which is very important to the communities, health, education, and also something we call access to markets. So access to markets is like putting in basic infrastructure for communities to be able to cultivate their crops and move it to markets. First, let me say is up to now, the sugar industry has received a lot of support from the government through laws and the Sugar Master Plan and putting the basis in place for the sugar industry to grow and to actually become a major player in the Nigerian economy. So I reckon the privatization that's been done in this kind of environments very important for Nigerians to support that, because that supports the full spectrum of the economy. This kind of sugar industry in where we are brings economic activity, economic prosperity. You can see it in the villages around us, how over the years that the company has operated in here, where we first just had mud huts and no roads. Now you see a lot of brick buildings with corrugated iron roofs and roads leading to villages. So it's not a magic bullet, but it's a process that everybody has to invest in, and over time, I think everybody here will be able to have a better life.
We got ourselves involved in backward integration plans. We have a huge sugar plantation in Sunti that covers 22,000 hectares. We've just acquired another 20,000 hectares in Nasarawa to add to that. And that enables us to support refining capacity in Lagos of 750,000 tons.
OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets.
Wow! I'm sure you'd agree with me that optimization is surely the way to go. As you heard from the general manager, from low productivity to massive productivity, and the result, bumper harvest. So we can say, so far, so good. We can see clearly that reform is surely the way to go. And the Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE, have mastered the art of reforms. They're set to ensure more optimization of the nation's assets. Surely, the Bureau is determined to ensure the optimization of the nation's assets. And that's where we draw the curtains on this edition of OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets. Join us again on the next season as we bring you much more and traverse the process for a better, bigger, and brighter Nigeria. My name is Tokwe Ujeme. Thanks for your time. On behalf of the team, it's bye for now.
OTNA, optimization on the go.